Hi everyone, today I want to show you how to make this really cute pull-up pouch. When you pull up, the treat is revealed inside. This one holds hot cocoa. It's perfect for winter, and when you push down it goes right back in. I want to show you a few other varieties before we get started. This one is sweet for fall. It says thankful. It's really great to give to teachers or whomever you're thankful for. Maybe a coworker, neighbor, pop it in their desk or mail slot. When you pull up, this one has apple cider, perfect for fall. An adorable scarecrow, which I watercolored. If you're going to make a lot of these, you might want to not watercolor, and you can use markers. And this time I used craft crumb cake paper and just used markers for a quicker one. I also made some fun ones for Halloween. They say spider cider, and they also have the apple cider. They're really fun. So those are fun. And then for birthdays, really cute, it says wishing you the happiest of birthdays, and it's got pop rocks, which kids love. So you can do all sorts of different little pouches, and they're very simple. I wanted to do something quick and easy for favors, because when you're making something in multiples, you don't want something that has a ton of steps or uses a lot of product, because you don't want to, you're making a lot, and a lot of this is going to maybe get tossed once they've found the cute little treat inside and they eat it up. So you want it to be inexpensive, but also adorable. So let's get to the hot cocoa pouches. Here's another version. So whatever you like to use is perfect. This one is using the Candy Cane Lane DSP Designer Series paper from Stampin Up, which is currently on sale. So you might want to check that out if you're looking at this video during the month of October. The nice thing about these treat pouches is that you can make several really quick with some 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. A lot of the products I use, like the cocoa packets, fit perfectly if you cut it at 4 inches, which is great because then you can get 3 pouches from one sheet of DSP. This is great when you're making stuff for all the teachers or everybody in your office, all the neighbors on your block. You're left with 4 by 12. And for my size cocoa packet, I wanted it to be 10, so I took 2 inches off the end here, and now I have 4 by 10. The scoring is really easy. You're going to score it in half, so that's at the 5 mark, and then you're going to score again. Bring this down, move it to the 3 3/4, and score down both of the long ends. And that is it for scoring. So go ahead and fold that in half, and then you're going to take your paper snips and go to that score line and just snip off an angle like that and get rid of this. Okay, now you're going to just take your tear and tape, pick a side, and this tear tape is exactly, well, it's slightly bigger, you can see, than 1/4 of an inch, but it works really well. I'm going to put it along that score line. If you can't see the score line, you can fold it a little bit just to help you see it a little, and go down the length of your pouch. There you go. Okay, now you're just going to peel it away. I went over the edge here, so we're going to just tuck that up. And just to get that little bit that's hanging over, I just kind of poked it in. Okay. You want a strong adhesive on here. You don't want to use something really flimsy because people are going to be moving it with the in and out, and you don't want your seams to fall apart. The tear tape is really good for this, or fast fuse is another good option. Okay, once you've got your sides all folded in, you're going to simply put them together. Now I used a bone folder to kind of just go over the edges, and it kind of helps them close nicely and stay neat. There. So now you've got your little pouch. Depending upon what size ribbon you're going to use, you're going to punch a hole through both layers of Designer Series paper. Now this ribbon that I'm going to use is so beautiful. It's perfect for Christmas, don't you think? Love it. And I wanted to use that. So I'm going to use a fairly large hole for my ribbon. If you use something smaller, for example, this really thin Melon Mambo ribbon, I used a hole punch with a smaller hole. And then here I used a different one. So you're going to have to see what you're using to decide how to make that. Now the ribbon has to go all the way inside because it's going to pull up with the treat. So you're going to measure your ribbon like so, with it on top of the whole container and then coming out a little bit at the top like this is, and cut it. Now you're going to go through both holes with your ribbon, and then you're going to push it in simply by poking this in, and that'll tuck it down in there. Yeah. And that is your pouch. Pretty simple. Now this little piece that we had left over is going to be great as a background. It's 2 inches, which fit perfectly inside this banner punch. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck it in there and punch both sides like that. I'm just going to attach that down. And I made a little greeting using my circle framelits. You can make a cute little scalloped edge on that, which I thought was adorable. And I stamped it with the Candy Cane Christmas stamp. You can see it right here. And it says, "Wishing you a sweet season," which I thought was nice for the hot cocoa. So you're going to go ahead and put that there. See how fast this comes together? There you go. Okay, now I had some little pieces of DSP left over from this shaker card that I made with the, also with the Candy Cane Lane paper, and I cut out little cookies from the paper, and I had several of them laying around, so I'm going to go ahead and use one to decorate. It's always nice to leave some of your little extras. Keep them, because you never know when they're going to come in handy. And I also thought a cute little enamel dot would look sweet right there. I love a little heart for this because it goes with the heart on the candy cane. Straighten that up a little bit. This is coming together really fast. All I need now is some baker's twine to tie up the top. A little tip for when you're using baker's twine that's on a sharp edge like this. You can use your bone folder. That's what I usually do first before doing anything, and just kind of run along it like this, and it gets rid of those sharp creases. Okay. I'm just going to tie a little bow. And your treat pouch is complete. Make your bow look a little neater there. Cut off some of the ends. Oops, I think I made that a little too long. Okay. And then I usually go back over these to make them nice and crisp. They sometimes get a little messed up. So look how that came together so fast. I was able to make this whole thing really simple without a lot of product. So you can use, like for example, I just used the one 4x12 piece of paper for the main image and some smaller scraps for your sentiment and some ribbon. And you can get so many different sweet little pouches for just about any season at all. I really like the spider cider. I think it's cute. And the birthday. And I love this scarecrow. He's so sweet. So there you go. I hope you liked my project, and I hope you give it a try on your own. Thanks for watching.